I'm very excited for this. This is the first ever Lorecast, is what they're calling it.
Bruno?
Instead of playing against your friends and family, you are now playing with them. It is a cooperative experience where you will team together to defeat the Ursula Glimmer and save Lorcana itself.
Dude, these are sick looking.
Oh my god! Chicago! Yeah!
We've got some exciting events coming up that I want to tell you all the details about. The European Championship will be at Disneyland Paris Resort in December of 2024, and I will see you there. I'll also see you at the North American Championships in the Disneyland Hotel at the Disneyland Resort in California in January 2025. And of course, everything culminates in the World Championships in 2025, and where else would it be? The Walt Disney World Resort. Now, one thing we talked about at the D23 panel, but I wanted to give it kind of its own space here at the Lorecast, is Disney Lorcana Quest. Now, Lorcana Quest is another way to Lorcana. We already have our challenge events, and those focus more on the competitive play aspect, whereas Disney Lorcana Quest focuses on the social aspect of playing. And so you might be playing like in a big multiplayer game, you might play other ways, or you might not play the game at all. Maybe it's about dressing up as your favorite Glimmer. Maybe it's about trading and collecting with other Lumineers. Lorcana Quest events just give you another way to have fun with Lorcana. And one of my favorite things about Lorcana is the fact that we are going wider and wider to reaching more places in the world, truly trying to go global. It's really exciting. I just got back from Shanghai a few weeks ago, and I want to say xie to the wonderful people I met out there. We went to China Joy. Lots of people learned about the game. They learned how to play. It was super fun. I had some great food, and just some really great times. Steve Warner, my co-designer, he actually just got back from Tokyo, and I'm pretty sure he's more Wagyu than man now. But he had a wonderful time as well, and he would like to say arigato gozaimasu to the wonderful people of Japan. We are, of course, launching there early next year. Very exciting. Now, this is normally the part of the Lorecast where I show you a bunch of cards from the set that are Ryan-sized, and I can't do that because, as many of you pointed out, they weren't big enough. So instead of showing you Ryan-sized cards, I'm going to show you Ryan-sized cards. Before I do that, though, I want to say hi to my friend Edgar Paston, who is also one of the art directors for Disney Lorcana. Come on, man.
Good to be here.
Oh, it's good to have you, man.
Nice shirt.
It's true. And Edgar, how long have you been an art director with us now?
A little over 3 years.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much from the beginning almost, right? Like,
pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. And then of course you worked on this set as well. And
yeah, I got to be set lead on this one this time around, so it was a lot of fun.
And what is set lead? What does that mean from an art director standpoint?
Really, it just means that we get to decide on what the look and how the physics work on things, and which we'll get into a little bit.
Well, I do have some cards I want to show off here. Yeah. You play with your sons too, right?
I do. I have two sons, and my older boy is a great player. He gets into it. You know, he's learning. He's learning.
No, I met him down at D23. We had some games together. He was amazing. All right. So let's start off now. Big Hero 6 is, of course, one of the big franchises that are making their entrance here with Azurite Sea. So let's start off with the man himself, Baymax. He is a 3-cost inkable. 0 strength, 4 willpower, 2 lore. His name is Baymax Personal Healthcare Companion, which I like the formality there. It's kind of nice. Ability fully charged. If you have an inventor character in play, you pay 1 less ink to play this character, and you said ow. For 2 ink, remove up to 1 damage from another chosen character.
Yeah, I think the art is beautiful, right? But the fact that the flavor text, like you said, ow, that's just so cool to me that they tie all of that stuff together.
It's one of my favorite things. Like when we first were coming up with the game, we knew we wanted to have as much theme on the cards as possible. And of course, there's what we would call flavor text, which is usually at the bottom, kind of in italics. italicized text here, but we also what we call ability names, and these are just always kind of like to the character here, and we just want to help them convey like what's happening on the card and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's another way too to get some really fun theme out of the cards.
To help you tie into all that stuff.
Yeah, this is fun. All right, now this one, said if you have an adventure character in play, what do we have? Perhaps Hiro Hamada. There we go, Hiro Hamada.
It's a great next card.
That's right. As a 3-cost inkable, Hiro Hamada, Robotics Prodigy, 0 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore, has the ability Sweet Tech. Exert and pay 2 ink. Search your deck for an item card or a robot character card and reveal to all players. Shuffle your deck and put that card on top of it. And at the bottom it says a couple more tweaks, and I've just about got it.
Yeah, I'm glad you read all of that because people ask me at conventions all the time, like, can you clarify it? And I'm like, probably not.
But I can tell you about the art.
Yeah, I can tell you about this art.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think for this one was a little bit tough because of his hair. His hair.
Oh, interesting. Sure.
I mean, it's beautiful. It turned out wonderful. I think Denny did a wonderful job.
Oh yeah, like reflecting the screen on this side, but kind of differently on this side.
Finding the right balance too, because there's only so much volume that you can add.
I know about hair volume and lack thereof. But what I think what's interesting is that our art, on the card is, it's so tiny, but the amount of detail that goes into the art is really amazing. If you really look at all the things on his desk, everything.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love about the game is the attention to detail. I think that is one of my favorite parts of it really is because that's how we show people our love for this game and our love for these characters as well.
That's our visual love language, right?
That's right. That's how we show we love.
With
attention to detail there. Okay, next up, still with Big Hero 6, Honey Lemon. Chemical Genius.
Yeah.
A 2-cost inkable, 1 strength, 1 willpower, 2 lore. The ability, here's the best part. When you play this character, you may pay 2 ink to have each opponent choose and discard a card. Oh, look at that.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. You were talking about detail earlier, and not only does the artist have that say, but our art directors, who are amazing, by the way, and I'm not counting myself. But
well, you should.
The art directors that are involved in these pieces, Aris, who did this piece, and the art directors are really looking at those details and really wanting to infuse a lot of that movie magic into these pieces.
No, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. And you're going to love this, as the flavor text kind of tickles me, because when you play her, your opponents are not going to love this at all. They're going to have to but it's kind of neat too, because these types of cards, and this is clear, this is not the first set that does this, but these types of characters that you can pay an additional cost when you play them, I think came out of Shimmering Skies for the first time. They had a really nice strategic choice, right? And that's something that Emerald is really known for, is kind of choosing, being flexible and that sort of thing. And so this idea of do I play her for 2 ink just because I need a character out, and 2 lore is pretty tempting, or do I wait till I have 4 ink to really get all the effect out of her? And that can be pretty interesting, because it turns what is normally she costs 2, might be an early game play, but if you draw her late game, you're not really sad, right? Normally you might be sad late game to draw a 2-cost card, because you're like, man, I really need something that's heavy hitter. But this one, can still have that late game effect. So I think that's a fun mechanic. All right, now we have Fred, mascot by day. His face in this piece. But let me get through the card and we'll talk about the art.
Yeah.
So it is a 1-cost inkable, 1 strength, 1 willpower, 1 lore, and his ability, how cool is that? Whenever this character is challenged, gain 2 lore, and he says, but by night, I am also a school mascot. It's just such a fun. But his face, I adore this art.
Yeah.
It is super
and we
fun.
thought it was hilarious to have him doing the sign spinning thing. It's such a that's how you meet him in the movie. So
it's super fun.
A lot of really cool stuff going on in this one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Coming up now.
And being in that costume is hilarious.
Almost done with the Big Hero 6 ones, but we have a legendary Big Hero 6 coming up. So, But next up we have Wasabi. Methodical Engineer is a 4-cost inkable, 3 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore, 2 abilities now. First one is Blades of Fury. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item. Its player gains 1 lore. And quick reflexes. During your turn, this character gains evasive. Oh, and of course here he's using his blade there to break some chains. Is there a story behind the chains there?
Well, that's actually part of what you're going to be seeing. We always have this narrative. Kind of always broken out in between the cards, and that's part of the narrative that's going to be discovering.
So it's for us to
along with
figure
those
out.
cards.
Yeah, it's for us to figure out. I love that.
I won't give too much detail, but it is part of a short narrative.
And these are kind of fun abilities here too. Like this one is like, sure, I'll probably use it on my opponent to get rid of an item that I don't want them to have.
Yeah.
But in a pinch, you use it on your own to once again get some surprise lore out of it too.
Yeah.
So, and I promised you a legendary from the Big Hero 6
yes.
franchise, and of course it has to be Baymax Armored Companion. This is a 5-cost inkable, 2 strength, 6 willpower, 2 lore. The ability, the treatment is working when you play this character, and whenever he quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from another chosen character of yours. Gain 1 lore for each 1 damage removed this way. This is a fun piece of art right here.
What a good way to swing the pendulum there.
Well, and this is also, going along with the theme that started, I believe, in Shimmering Strides, or was it before that, where the art for the legendaries breaks the border in certain key places. I think it's a really fun detail there.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun playing around with how we do that and how far we go, and we're starting to get into the groove here.
Yeah, no, it looks amazing.
How we're breaking that plane.
And it's like subtle, but it's really effective, I think, especially with like brighter effects like this. And then you've got these interesting little things here. Can you tell us about those, or are those still secret?
No, not secret at all. I think those are the Ink Runner ships.
Ink Runner ships.
Those happen to be native to the world of Lorcana, and you're going to see a lot more of those on a lot of different versions of that same ship.
Right. So these are how like Illumineers and their Glimmers might like traverse large distances.
For those that don't fly on their own, I would say, right?
Right.
Because they
like
have the luxury of they have the luxury of going around on their own. But yeah, we have some very cool little Ink Runners coming up. And
awesome.
You guys will get to see a couple of them.
That's exciting. Very cool. Okay, now moving on to Rescue Rangers.
My childhood.
My teenagehood. I don't know. I'm an old man. I don't know. Anyway, but of course, we have Chip, Ranger Leader, starting off this part of the card reveals. He is a 4-cost inkable, 3 strength, 4 willpower, 2 lore, has ability to value friendship.
Aww. Yeah.
While you have a character named Dale in play, this character gains support.
Yeah, this is just one of the many cards that we like to tie and have that synergy, crossing both cards. And,
sure.
And this is actually perfect because not only does the art connect, but so does like the
mechanics. Like the game.
It's so cool.
Himself, he wants to have Dale out. Yeah, that's super fun.
Yeah, beautiful card by French.
There's again lots of detail in there. Now, speaking of, we don't have the art you were talking about, but we do have Dale. This one is Dale, Mischievous Ranger.
Just as good.
Hey, he is a 4-cost inkable, 3 strength, 4 willpower, 1 lore, with the ability Nuts About Pranks. Well, when you play this character, you may put the top 3 cards of your deck into your discard to give chosen character -3 strength until the start of your next turn. And this one's cool because they're both on there. Chip and Dale are both in the art here. And I love that he's dropping acorn bombs.
Or 3 specifically. Right?
Oh, sure.
Because that ties,
So he drops 3 acorns on whoever you want to challenge, and then they lose strength because they're like ducking head under the... I love that story of the card. That's super fun.
We try and tie little details into this as much as we possibly can because we're also big fans, as I mentioned.
Yeah, you guys play. This is... Yeah, and you love Chip and Dale, the Rescue Rangers. Outstanding. Yeah. All right. And then, of course, we couldn't do Rescue Rangers without Gadget Hack Wrench.
Yes.
Right here. She is a 6-cost inkable, 3 strength, 6 willpower, 3 lore. She is the Brilliant Bosun. Yeah. She has Shift 4, and her ability Mechanically Savvy. While you have 3 or more items in play, you pay 1 ink less to play Inventor characters. So this is like, I'm sure a lot of you are already going, Inventor deck. Yeah. I'm going to build the Inventor deck. But we see another Ink Runner there. Yeah. That's really cool. And she's kind of like standing. I love that classic gadget pose right there. Thumbs up. She's super cute.
Adorable,
the goggles and the ears popping out like an eyepiece. It's just.
And as a bonus, we got to learn a new word here. I didn't know what bosun meant.
Oh, sure.
It's like expert.
Well, it's a ship's crew. It's a ship's crew. Yeah. They have a whistle. A bosun's whistle.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and
I did not know that.
They have a special whistle there. Other than that, I'm not sure what they do.
Like they're supposed to be like a specialized person on the ship.
But... That's lots of people watching going, okay, guys. Ryan said he was an Age of Sail nerd. Yeah, okay. Well,
You guys make us smarter with these little details.
Oh my! I like that we have little screws and nuts for scale too. That's kind of fun too. Okay.
It definitely helps with a small character like her not look gigantic.
Right. All right. Wrapping up our reveals for Rescue Rangers, we have Rescue Rangers Away. This is a 2-cost inkable action. And it says count the number of characters you have in play. Chosen character loses strength equal to that number until the start of your next turn. And this one is just a lot going on.
Yes, yeah. This is like instant nostalgia for folks that were there during that time, right? Like this is your Friday afternoon.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, and Mariana is one of, just one of the many very super talented artists that work on this, and she is amazing. She has a lot of love for Rescue Rangers too. She was
I think
right around that time.
It's pretty clear too. I mean, the detail here and this is amazing.
Yeah.
What I think is interesting from a gameplay standpoint here is that normally any card that reduces a character's strength only does it the turn you play it. This one extends until your next turn. So this means that not only can you challenge that character on the turn you play this and not get any or get less damage back, but on their turn they won't want to challenge with it. So you might use it that way too, saying, well, that character has high strength, I'm going to reduce it so that I'm at less risk. I'm going to quest with a bunch of my guys or something like that. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting take on the strength reduction mechanic there. Yeah. All right, so next we've got a couple of Stitch cards, starting off with the first location reveal, and it is the Galactic Council Chamber, which I think is the only way I could say that such a fantastic name. It is a 3-cost inkable. It has 7 willpower and a move cost of 1 and 1 lore. And the ability Federation Decree. While you have an alien or robot character here, this location can't be challenged.
Nice.
So is there, what are the differences between doing like an action or a character card versus obviously the difference of aspect ratio, but are there other differences?
Well, I would say the focus is definitely different, right? You're gonna pan out a lot more in order to capture the grandeur of the location. This one specifically was one of our very first challenges because the whole point of this set is that you're out to sea, right? On this really weird area, but then you have some locations, right? So instead of just doing, I think we could have gone the route of let's just do an island, right? Right. We're all on an island.
Yeah.
We figured this is so big and it's it would be so cool to have that whirlpool in the center.
I love that.
We're you know what? It's just sticking out of the sea. It's doing some strange stuff. The physics again that I was starting to talk about. You start to see a little bit more of it here, right? There's whirlpools. There's these big tentacle pieces coming up.
Kind of coming up on that side
that are going to appear later in the set, and as you can tell, probably this is not the most canon version of
it's got a
lot of steel influences.
It's got the steel symbols there. I also love the Stitch outlines
isn't that cool
in the glass there. That's really cool.
He's such a crowd favorite. I don't know anybody that doesn't love Stitch, so we're just add him in there, make sure that it's obvious what we're kind of
More Stitch. All right, well, speaking of Stitch, I have another action card, but it's got some delightful Stitch art. It is Hot Potato, everybody. It is a 3-cost inkable action, and the abilities choose one. Either deal 2 damage to chosen character or banish chosen item. And it says, this is not going to end well.
Right. And you could almost hear his voice in this, right? He's kind of tossing it. And
this bizarre, what is this? It's like carrot ray gun thing with, he's got a ray gun, he stuffed the carrot in it, and he's throwing
it's meant to be it's about to explode, right? He stuffed the carrot in there and it's
and then he pulls the trigger and it's he's like, yeah. And then of course told really well by the ability itself, which is I can either throw it at a character or I can throw it at an item and it'll blow it up. That is super fun.
Every time I see these images and how they're paired with the mechanic and or the flavor text, I feel man, I owe these guys dinner or something.
Yeah, right. That's amazing.
Such a wonderful job tying it all together.
And it's not easy. So especially some abilities like this could feel. Now this one I think is close because it looks like you're throwing a thing, but it's not always clear. To tell the story of what the card is doing in the game. And so to be able to bridge it, I think this is a really good example. I also really like the detail that since this is glowing, he's got on his face. You can see the glow on his hand and his face there.
Did you notice the starfish though?
What? Where's the starfish? Oh, right back there. That's awesome.
And kind of going back to what we were talking about, the weird physics. You look in the back; those are not mountains. That's meant to be the water rising.
Oh, right, like the maze.
Weird, yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's very cool. That's awesome. Okay, and now we talked about it earlier, but here it is. Stitch, Alien Buccaneer.
Yes. Yes.
He is a 4-cost uninkable card. He has 3 strength, 4 willpower, 2 lore, shift 3, and ability ready for action. When you play this character, if you use shift to play him, you may put an action card from your discard on top of your deck. And once again, we have a lot going on in this piece as well.
So much. Yeah, this started out as a just kind of let's just get the artwork in there, and then it just turned into this just epic piece. And this opened our eyes because Christian, who is the artist on this, is now doing a lot of VizDev work for us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And what's VizDev work?
So VizDev meaning all of the stuff where we as set leads create the world that they're
development. Oh, it's visual development. I see. Okay, yeah.
It's our fancy.
Oh, so it's like blue sky, like kind of exploring what things might look. So man, what a fun job that must be.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of fun for these guys, and I mean the amount of detail that he puts into it. Pretty much any of the costumes that you see that are non-canon, and we're exploring these things. He goes in and does a lot of detail and a lot of background. He'll do research, and he actually goes
cool.
way deep. I mean, look at Scrump. He has a little eye patch. The fact that he has an eye patch too, and that he's in there. It's just it's packed with so much.
Oh, you got the chest hair coming out of the flowing. It's very it's almost like a cover of a novel. You got what I like is his blasters have been kind of piraticized or whatever. Like it totally looks like it says blaster clearly, but it looks like you might find it on a ship as well. And then wooden swords. Yeah, it's really interesting. He's got wooden swords.
He's spicy, but not the regular metal blade kind of spicy. Awesome. But yeah, he's awesome, and he has a lot of detail built into every piece. Like even the sash. If you notice the sash, the little detail we threw in there. Oh
yeah! Oh my God, the flowers on the sash.
That is Lilo's. That's meant to look like Lilo's dress. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh, and then you got some seagulls there. Oh, really cool. Oh, and some ink runners in the back too.
There. Style ink runners. Yeah.
So it's kind of good. There's like. We can zoom in on them so we can see all this stuff. All right, so now we just got a bunch more cards from a bunch of different franchises, and we're going to start with Alice in Wonderland. We've got the Mad Hatter's Teapot.
Yes.
This is a 2-cost inkable item. It has the ability, no room, exert and pay an ink. Each opponent puts the top card of their deck into their discard. And the flavor text says, Alice says, my goodness, the tea missed the cup. And Mad Hatter says, no, my dear, the cup missed the tea.
That's right.
Which I really enjoy. And there's actually a little thing, I don't know many people know this, but some of this stuff, some of the flavor text is from the show itself. Some is written by our wonderful narrative team.
Yes.
But there's a hidden part of the card that actually tells you where it's from. So this line right here, if it looks like a pen like this, then it was written by our narrative team. Sometimes it looks like an open book, and that means it came straight from the story itself. Yeah. Now, sometimes you'll see a little musical sign, and that is when it is a lyric from a song. And so it's just a fun little detail. It's been out since day one. So go back and look at your cards. You'll see some of those. You'll see a little book there, and that means it came straight from the movie. Sometimes you'll see this, and it came straight from the minds of our narrative team. Yeah.
We're big on iconography, and I think that helps, right? Like,
I mean, it's kind of speaking of that, it's kind of impressive how much information y'all have been able to put on the faces of these cards in a way that isn't like overwhelming. Yeah. So that's really
I appreciate that because I'm not a reader. So I'm thankful that you're reading all of these. And I get to look at the pretty art.
It's very pretty. Yeah. This is fun. You see the magic kind of making the tea dodge the cup or making the cup dodge the tea. It's really hard to say based on what the Mad Hatter thinks. All right. Okay. Next up, we have Sisu in her element. She is a 5-cost inkable, 3 strength, 6 willpower, 2 lore. She has Challenger +2, and the quote, I'm a water dragon, this is water, it's sort of my thing. Yeah. Which, again, and see, look, you can see the book there means that's straight from the source right there. Oh, and Sisu's always a delight. Like, you guys always knock out. She's got such splendid colors, and oh man, this is such a beautiful piece there. I love the tiny detail on the tail. I mean, down at card size, it's going to be really tough to see, I think, but it's really neat. All the stripes. Yeah, this is a fun one.
Yeah, but when you have it like this, and hopefully on other products later down the line, like you're going to be able to really, really appreciate those details. But But I think my favorite is like how she's walking on the droplets of water, right? And
Oh, I see. Yeah.
really
Oh, that's
emphasizing that
super
word,
cool.
yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh, yeah.
So she's not surfing. She's
No,
walking on, she's walking on
that's
water,
amazing.
and you get to see some of the walls coming up around her.
I think, like, from a gameplay standpoint, too, having 6 willpower and 2 lore, like, that's, you're going to probably get at least 4 lore out of her, if not 6. And so she can be, quite formidable.
Yeah.
All right. One of my favorite enemies, creatures, I don't know what you call them. They're called Kakamura. Moana is one of my favorite movies of all time, and these tiny creatures are just hilarious because they're cute and also threatening, like cute and creepy or cute and scary. I'm not sure how to describe it. Anyway, so we have a 4-cost uninkable. This is Kakamura Boarding Party, 5 strength, 2 willpower, 1 lore. They have rush and the quote, Moana, do you think they saw us? Maui, they saw us.
As evidenced by him jumping into action. Right?
Now, I suspect you've had to do a lot of Kakamura for this set.
Yes.
Was there kind of a deep dive into the Kakamura?
Yes, yeah, and that was a whole, basically a whole lesson that we had to
Because
have.
none of them are the same, right? I mean, they're all different, right?
Yeah,
So
they're all meant to be very different, and there's a lot of different shape language that gets built into each one of them, and how the ranks also, which is also very cool.
Oh, is that right?
We do have the chief in here.
Oh, yeah,
It's
sure.
very
You're
obvious to see the chief. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, I have to wonder, like, do the stripes, are they, like, is there, something to each one? It's just really interesting to see and of course on screen, it was so effective to see all the different Kakamura at the same time.
And you see different shape sizes.
Yeah. It was amazing. Okay. And now next up we have Tigger in the Crow's Nest. Oh, I love the Winnie the Pooh characters.
Yes.
From a very young child, I've always been a fan. And of course, Tigger's a lot of fun. He is a 3-cost inkable character, 0 strength, 4 willpower, 1 lore, has evasive and the ability swash your buckles. Whenever you play an action, this character gets +1 strength and +1 lore this turn. Now, this set is amazing because almost in every piece, there's just a lot, right? There's just a lot because of the action and it's really cool.
And that speaks a lot to the shape language that we're building into all of these, right?
Now, you say shape language a lot. Like, unpack that a bit. So what do you mean by shape language?
Sure. So each ink has a different shape language.
Oh, okay, sure.
Where we're discussing, like, for instance, here, Tigger is meant to be Ruby. He's not a shy character, right? He's an adventurer. He's out there. Yeah, he's very brash. Yeah. These are the types of characters that will jump into action first and ask questions later. So when you look at these cards, you're going to see a little flair of that side of the character. And then also we're building in a lot of different sharp angles, right? Because it's Ruby.
Oh, sure. Like the symbol. It's got those sharp angles.
Yeah, and if you look at the ink bar, you see a lot of the zigzags that are built into that. You'll see that echoed into not only the way that the rope is kind of swaying around, which, I mean, brilliant work by John.
Yeah, that's really great.
But you also see that echoed in the birds that are in the background.
The clouds, like they're like, almost lightning bolt clouds. Yeah,
that's very, really cool. Very interesting looking ink runners that you see in the background. You also see a lot of the very zigzaggy shape language in those as well.
That's so cool. I like that when I first saw this art, I thought he had both feet on the mast.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He has one foot on the mast and then his tail actually wrapped around the mast and his other foot's kind of leaning going towards that. It's like, it's very Ruby, right? It's very, that's super fun.
Yeah, never sure footing.
No.
These characters.
Why? Next up, we have Jim Hawkins, Honorable Pirate. He is a 7-cost inkable, 4 strength, 7 willpower, 2 lore. He's got bodyguard and the ability hire a crew. When you play this character, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of pirate character cards and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Now, this is just a fantastic. I don't know if you know this, but that's the map from the movie.
Oh wow, yeah, that's awesome.
This is another
those little details in there.
And then there's lots of what's with the shadows back there?
Those are all actually aliens from the crew.
Oh right. Oh, of course. Yeah. And
it's hard to tell, but they're back there.
Sure.
And most of them do appear in other cards. You get to see them.
Oh yeah, is that right? Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool. I like this. Of course, I've been playing this in my pirate deck, and it's one of those I play against my opponent, and it's if you make your deck right, you just end up drawing on average 2 or 3 cards out of it. It's super strong. I mean, you're paying the cost for it, but it's a really fun card.
Yeah.
All right, and finally we have the last card is a legendary, and it is Yzma, Conniving Chemist. She is a 4-cost inkable, 3 strength, 3 willpower, 2 lore. She has the ability feel the power. Exert if you have fewer than 3 cards in your hand. Draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. And the quote on the bottom says, one of these has got to work. Let's see what happens. All right.
Yeah.
She looks like she's fun to draw. I'm no artist, but she just looks fun to draw to me.
She is. And you'll notice a lot of the shape language again in this, a lot of the
for
crescent
amethyst.
shapes.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a lot of crescent shapes that are echoed everywhere that we can get them.
So cool.
Yeah.
So you like go back, like look at all your amethyst cards and look for the crescents. It's really neat. I love that detail.
A lot of that, typically we say that it looks like magical fire.
Oh, sure.
It has that very crescent shape language to it, and we throw that into windows when we can in this case. And
That's so cool.
yeah, pretty much every detail that you see in the background, especially.
I could also hear a lot of players. I can hear their eyebrows raising because this ability can be really good. I mean, a lot of you all know, like when you play, you can run out of cards sometimes, because you're inking card and playing one or more cards in your turn, you can, by the time you're at, I don't know, depending on your deck, you could be out of cards. So this is a character that will make sure that at least for a turn, you're not going to run out of cards. Now you combine this with some bodyguard, and next thing you know, you're drawing a lot of cards. So this is a really exciting card. And that is what we have today for card reveals. I want to thank Edgar for coming out. And I also want to say, I've always been a fan of your team's work, the creative team. The reason it's beautiful is because of the creative team. And Edgar, thank you so much for making this a beautiful game. It is outstanding. So thanks for coming by, man.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for the announcements. But if you stick around after the break, you're going to learn about one of my favorite ways to play, a new play format we call Pack Rush. Welcome back, and as promised, we are going to play some Pack Rush. Now, Pack Rush is one of my favorite ways to play because all you need, each player needs 2 packs, and you need a friend. And today, I brought Meg Hansen. She is our Global Organized Play Manager. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, some of you may remember this because at one of your events, the Challenge event in Atlanta, I started toying around with this with some of the fans there. And so if you remember that, if some of you were there, it has changed a little bit since you saw it because, we came up with it there, kind of started playing it, and then we brought it back to the office and the design team got a hold of it, and now we have what we call Pack Rush. So let's go through some of the basics of the rules, and then we'll play a game. Now, first of all, as I mentioned before, each player needs 2 packs. You're going to open the packs, take out the marketing card, and put those in your inkwell. So you're going to start with 2 ink right off the bat with those 2 marketing cards. The rest of the card, shuffle them, and do your best not to look at them. I mean, you can. They're your cards. Do what you want, but I think it's a lot more fun when you shuffle the cards, and during the game, you have no idea what you've drawn or what you're going to draw. The other rules are we're playing to 15 lore. You start with 5 cards instead of 7, and in the really unlikely event that you run out of cards in your deck, just shuffle your discard back into your deck. Now, we're, don't want anyone losing the game just because we're starting with fewer cards, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and open the packs. Now, I recommend when you open the packs, do it from the flap side right here. That way, when you open it, the first thing you'll see is that marketing card there. You won't spoil any of the other cards. Put that right into your inkwell, and then place the cards off to the side. Open your second pack, do the same thing. There we go. Inkwell off to the side, and then I like to shuffle kind of like this, so I don't.
Yeah, no looking.
No looking. Just kind of okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Careful now.
I was like, as
right.
I just throw all
Yeah. Right.
everywhere.
Now I know what you're thinking. What if I have an enchanted? I don't want to scuff up my enchanted. And that's if you're really worried about it, I'd say just go ahead and check that 1 card slot to see if you got an enchanted. So there you go. All right. So once we're shuffled up, we're going to start with 5 cards. And alter your hand accordingly. Let's see what I got here. Oh my. Well, I'm going to alter 3 cards.
I have a really good card for the format, but I don't know if I'll ever get there. And so it's like,
Altering is different in this format too, because you're starting with 2 ink in the inkwell. It kind of changes,
yeah.
I just altered away a couple of 1-cost cards for that very reason. Like, I want to start at like 2 or 3 ink.
I think I might make a mistake, but we are going to. We're just gonna those 2, and I'm gonna keep the one that I probably should not keep.
You never know. All right, so go ahead and shuffle up, and then we'll decide who goes first. Now, I like to decide who goes first using only 1 die, because ties can be annoying sometimes, but also my way, you get to insult your opponent, too. So what you do is you say, you're odd, and then you roll a die, and look, it's odd. She goes first, right? So
and it's true, I am.
I mean,
it's not even an insult.
This is like, some might say you've dressed up for today, but no, this is just normal Meg
This
wear.
is just normal aesthetic. Yeah, like I already had the hat and the outerwear and the shirt. All of it. Okay.
All right. All right, what do you got?
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna actually ink Hypnotic Deduction because I want to play Grumpy.
Grumpy. Oh.
Skeptical Knight. Honestly, same.
Okay. All right. Not bad. All right. Ready, set, draw.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. So I'm going to ink. Well, that's a tough one. I'm going to ink the Potion of Might. And then I'm going to use all of my ink to play Bonsai and Merryweather. So I could spend an ink. I'm not going to do that. I could also exert chosen damage character. There aren't any, so I just wanted some characters out. So there we go.
Well, I think it's really cool that like literally your turn 1, you're playing 2 cards. It feels unfair, honestly.
Well, I'm one of the game designers, so
Oh yes, I forgot.
I reserve the right to change the rules as they benefit me.
You're just gonna be like, this die is another 2 ink. Okay.
This counts as ink.
No.
Okay,
not
go
the
ahead.
All right.
Okay. Had more knights.
Honestly, same. We're gonna go ahead and ink Ever as before. One of your knight characters is at a location. Well, I wish I also had locations. That would be like pretty cool. So, but instead, I think we're just gonna play a little Razor.
Oh my.
Well, she's
half of a mud and fudge.
Ruthless rival.
Lore, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
That
2 ink there, just sitting there.
I know. I don't have anything else
Oh
that I want to play right now.
no. Okay. All right.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm a liar. I want to play one more.
Oh my! Why did I give her the opportunity?
This is your fault. Okay.
Napoleon taught us
Oh my God.
to never interrupt your opponent while they're making a mistake. I should have listened to Napoleon today.
It's true. Yeah. Now I'm going to play Sleepy. But now I have a knight, but I don't have a location. And so really, what does
one
it
can
do
only
for me?
hope. All right, I'm going to ink Nala, and I will play. I have a knight too, Dopey.
Oh my
But I don't have another knight, so I can't use this ability. So
We can trade.
no, I will instead quest and go to 2. Your turn.
Okay. We're gonna ink Visions of the Future.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna quest.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, if
pretty
you're
good.
trying to win, I guess.
I mean, I'm like almost a quarter way there.
Are you spending any ink? What do you have in your hand? Don't show me. Don't show me. I don't want to see. All right. Ready, set, draw. Woohoo!
We're almost there.
All right. Well, there we go. I will ink Ever as before, ever just as sure as the sun will rise. All right. I'm going to see who is invited to the ball. So reveal the top 2 cards. Put any characters I reveal. Let's see. I hit Hypnotic. Monstro is invited to the ball.
Hey,
That is going to be
it's a big room.
a party. Let me tell you what. Well, how many guests can actually add to the room? Right. There's another room at the party now.
Right.
He can
Yeah.
have, in his stomach. On the
He's
bottom
its
of
own venue. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Cocktails on my ribs. What do you say? All right. Well, I got to do something here. This is not great. Well, I tell you what. Bonsai is going to chase away Taffeta Mutton Fudge, but in the process, oh, what? Is he bodyguard?
Bodyguard!
No! Oh, that's so bad. Well, at least he has 0 strength, so I guess Dopey and Sleep, you're going to have a little chat.
They're just gonna,
right?
Yeah, okay.
And then Bonsai's gonna finish the argument, basically.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
He's going to forever sleep.
And I will exert and gain 1 more lore and slowly creep up to your total. All right.
We're
Go
close.
ahead.
Okay.
What? What?
Do you want to see what I just...
No, don't play
okay,
it.
You're
Don't,
right,
no, play it. Play it. I'm kidding. What did you draw?
Look, I'm just excited. And this is why sometimes you may not want to riffle shuffle.
So like before the game, I let her pick the packs. I put 4 packs out, and I said pick 2. That was the wrong answer.
Sure, you never let me pick. I'm never lucky.
Oh no, and you have a knight, so she's got resist 1.
It
just keeps getting better.
So she has
my.
resist 1. If I had known, I wouldn't have used Sleepy.
Hey, I've got Monstro.
You do have Monstro. Yeah.
Whale.
Okay, and then the thing is, so I want her to continue having resist. So all we're gonna do is we're just gonna.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, that's okay.
All you.
All right, ready, set, draw. Maybe I'll draw. Nope.
No, not a Snow White.
Not a Snow White. It's Kanai, big brother. So I will make him into ink. What?
You were just like, yeah, okay.
Big brother.
This is your job
Yeah.
now.
Well, he's helping me out in his own way.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I have a card I'd love to use its ability on, but that is not in play at this moment. All right, so now Bonsai and Taffeta will have their discussion, and they will chase each other away.
Tracy's.
Well, shoot. So I could hold on to this. Yeah, I think I hold on to it. So I'm gonna spend 5 ink for good old Monstro. And I'm just, you're gonna get what, 4 on your next turn? Okay, so that'll be at 10. So I'm going to challenge, or not challenge, I'm going to quest, go up to 5, nearly doubling my score, and you go.
Okay. You're staying even.
Okay, I don't want to hear it. You've got a 3 lore character, I don't want to hear it.
I think I have to ink Robin Hood as much as I don't want to.
Why? What do you have? You've had this the whole game. What is this? Oh my gosh! Luis, I'm about to go.
Look,
oh my! What? I have no chance whatsoever.
Luisa is like one of my favorite Encanto characters. She's so strong.
She is cool. Yeah, she is cool.
Yeah. Okay, and then I think I have to. That's scary, but we're doing it. Yeah. Okay.
So I put you at
1, 2,
11.
3, 4, 10.
10. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. All right. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Hope so. Ready, set, draw. Whee! Oh.
Jazz hands.
Let's see here.
No hand.
Well, that's super useful there. All right. So let's see what I've got here. So Merryweather is going to turn Grumpy's frock from red to blue. Poof.
Okay.
Let's see here. Dopey.
Oh no, she doesn't have resist anymore.
Well, that's the thing. So I think actually Monstro is going to challenge Snow White. I'm gonna put 3 damage on Monstro.
But what if we just got a Sharpie right now and made Luisa into a knight? Okay.
No.
All right. Goodbye,
and I have to quest with Dopey.
Yeah.
1, 2, and now I can finally use this ability. I'm going to play the Knock. Mystical Spirit for 6 ink. When I play this character, I move 2 damage from one of my characters to an opposing.
No!
What's up?
Luisa.
Right. Quite a ton of events, Miss Hanson. All right, your turn.
We're doing our best. Okay, so now I'm going to be a top deck champion, right? And
you have already used all your top deck luck right there.
I mean,
Or did you?
Do you want to draw a card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woohoo! Oh, awesome! Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead and draw that card. Each opponent. Oh, funny. So cards like Earth Giant, where it says each. I've played like Pack Rush with the multiplayer.
Oh, sure, yeah, because you can totally play multiplayer. Yeah.
Because you can, and then so you play it, and you're like, is this worth it? Do I ink this, or do I play it and just have everyone draw a card? But then there's the opposite, where it's like pull lore from all of your opponents or whatever, and it's just exponentially better.
Changes things,
yeah. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna do our thing and go to 13.
So. On my turn, just to be clear, on my turn,
Yeah.
I have to get rid of both of your characters to even have a chance. All right, so let's see what happens.
Tap.
Ready, set, draw. Be prepared. Oh, that's not in this set. Okay.
If it was though, then we would know.
I can get to 10. At least I get to double digits.
Honestly, 10 is pretty good.
Okay. It's like my mom going, "You're handsome. You're the handsomest boy in school." Okay. I mean, wow, I can't even. Okay. I guess what I will do is there's nothing I can do. You're going to win. So I'm going to quest to get to 10. I'm going to play some cards. I'm going to play some cards. I'm going to play Badanon. And I'm going to play Sleepy.
What?
Your turn.
Look. Okay. And then we're going to draw, and I will not slow roll.
You win. Good game. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, my. What a pack you had.
That was super fun.
The fun part is, at the end, now you get to see if you got a second enchanted, I guess. Let's see what else I got. Let's see.
You got an enchanted.
Okay. Got a Kristoff.
Oh,
I got double Kristoff. That's pretty cool.
Honestly, like
that would have been pretty good.
If you can get there, which you can, like the game does play that.
It starts you off. Okay, I got double Kristoff.
Wow, this is like I had Sleepy and
oh my gosh, you got so many. Oh,
interesting. Oh, and
I got the half Hexwell crown.
What the heck? And a sneezy too. Like I almost had the whole caboodle, the whole thing. You know?
Oh my gosh! Well, that was super fun, and so that's Pack Rush. We're gonna have one more game at this time. We're gonna bring Edgar back, our art director friend. We're also gonna bring Cheyenne in. She is the fan event manager, so they're gonna play as well. So let's see what happens with them.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Edgar, and this is Cheyenne. Cheyenne, good to finally meet in person. It was the first time we're playing here, and I overheard Ryan say fan events manager, right? Mm-hmm. What does that entail? That's actually, let's pick, and we can keep talking.
All right, so fan event manager, I'll pick this one and this one.
All right. So fan events manager.
Yeah, so we have a really great community of competitive players, but we also have a big community of Disney Lorcana fans as well, and
I'll count myself in there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm new to the game, new to TCGs, so this is like my gateway into the TCG community. Nice. But there's lots of people out there that love the art and, awesome. Maybe love the flavor text of the cards.
Mostly the art.
Yes. So yes, definitely mostly the art, as I am with the art director.
I kid.
But yeah, so we're putting together some really fun activities that people can participate in to interact with Lorcana in different ways that are outside of the competitive circuit.
Oh, nice.
Fun things that you'll be able to do, like go dress as your favorite Glimmer.
I knew there was something going on with the outfit. Is there, were you aiming for that?
Yeah. Well, Hey Hey is one of my favorite characters.
Okay.
So I'm channeling my inner Hey Hey.
Very cool.
Today. Just giving me
I love it. The hair helps and yeah. Oh, and I see you even have the little necklace there. That's
just
awesome.
a little bounding.
Yeah. The last game had some very exciting development, so I'm going to be super careful with these cards. Hoping for the best, guys. Hoping. All right, so I'm just going to stop this mess and go for 5 cards.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I am now going to have to decide what to put back, and I guess I don't know. I honestly don't know if I can give up any of this beautiful art because I'm so connected to each and every one of these pieces. It's like, which of your darlings do you want to give up here? 2 of these, and this one's higher. So I'm gonna do the smart thing. I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna put one back, and I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna keep it a mystery because I like the surprises. And then I'm gonna shuffle this back in. Are you putting any back?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. So I'm gonna alter that card. Okay.
All right.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So now we need to roll to see who plays first.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's do it. Let's keep it
All
on the
right.
board. Let's see.
22.
Oh, I win. Nice.
Yeah, good job.
Well, you got doubles though. That's a win in itself. Okay, so I am going to, since I have 2 ink. See, now I have to read because
There's
because,
reading.
like,
There's math.
that's always the
there's-
kicker because I can't decide based on the art. I honestly, every one of these cards has a special place, but I think I'm gonna do this one because yeah. Oh wait, can I? Yeah. So I'm gonna ink this Obscurasphere,
Okay.
and now I have 3 ink, and then I can play Clarabelle.
All right.
She's such a cool classic character.
Um,
All right, and your turn.
my turn. Okay. I'm going to ink Kronk, even though he's one of my favorites. Put you there. All right. So then I grab a card, and I'm going to play. I'll play Gen Z, and I will.
All right. I'll take that, and I will bring these back. Let's see what I got. I'm gonna play all 3 and put Simba down.
Okay.
And I know I'm supposed to ink every once in a while. At least that's the theory that I've been told to like ink so I get the bigger cards out. So I think I'm gonna ink Merlin's Cottage.
All right, sounds good. All right, so I'm going to ready my cards.
Okay.
I will draw a new one, and ooh, got a couple of options here. Okay, I'm gonna ink this Hideaway card,
Okay.
and now I have 4 ink, and I am going to
Oh, you're using all 4.
play.
Now I'm worried. Ooh, Alan, that's a good one. So I don't know if you noticed, but like in this case, it's supposed to be this huge celebration going on, and he's one of the main performers.
That's awesome. He
Yeah.
looks like he has some pretty great struts there.
Yeah. It's so cool to see them like performing and being like the center of attention. Because like hopefully you guys see a lot more of these guys as we shuffle through the deck. It might be cool. Clarabelle here happens to be, she's kind of a wallflower, so she's on the outside of that
Hanging
concert.
out,
She's
watching
still
the
inside of
concert.
that luminary. Yeah. So there's a lot of these cards are connected that way, which I feel like super happy that we're able to tell that narrative as we move along. All right, I'm gonna move. Oh, speaking of which, this is another one. I'm gonna play it, 1 because I love the art, but 2 because I have just enough ink to do this. And speaking of the party, there's a villain. There's a line of villains, and they are all outside waiting in line, and you can see how it connects there. That's another one of the really cool ones because it's like a whole panoramic shot of all the villains. And I think I'm going to end my turn there.
All right, sounds good. All right, so I'm going to ready my cards. I'm going to draw. And, all right, so I've got a couple of cool cards here that I can play. Let's see, who do I have on the table? Let me play. I'm going to play.
Ooh, drum
Donald
roll.
Duck.
Nice. Okay.
This one looks pretty cool. Looks like he's having a good time at the party.
Yeah.
So that is for 3. So let me exert 3 ink. All right. So I am going to then quest these 2 for a total of 3.
Nice. All right. Do you generally have have you played enough Lorcana that you have a strategy in mind, like when you're playing?
I'm still very new to the game, and learning as I go.
Yeah.
But it sounds like we have similar strategies in which we are picking the art that we like the best.
Yeah.
So, which is just another reason why this is such a fun game for newbies to TCG.
Yeah, you can play on that level,
Yes,
or
yeah.
kind of choose to read. I wish I could read and keep all of these things in mind at the same time, but that's not the type of player I am. I go by the art for the most part. So I'm gonna give up my healing decanter to get 5 ink, and then I can finally put Ludwig out.
Oh, nice. There's a lot going on here with this one.
Yeah.
Tell me a little more about
Well,
that.
this one happens to be inside of the party as well, but he's at the punch bowl, of course, and just kind of showing how all of this is this whole world is in a celebration mode at this point. And I just love the Ducks are my favorite.
Yeah.
The Ducks are by far my favorite franchise.
All right, so I am getting ready my cards. I grabbed another one, and I think that I am ready to play. I'm gonna ink Rhett,
Oh, yeah.
who's so cool dressed
Yeah.
up there. All right, so that means I have 5 ink. I'm going to play Stitch for 4.
Nice.
And
Little tug of war Stitch.
I'm also gonna play Minnie Mouse.
Oh,
For
2 at once. I love it. Good strategy. Okay.
All right, so then these I will quest with. So that gives me +4.
Ouch. Okay, so you're up to 7. I need to slow you down now.
All right.
All right, let's see what we can do here, folks. All right, so I don't know that I can keep inking here. Mathematically, that's not looking good for me with those other 2 on the board. So I think I'm just gonna have to go for it and challenge with Ludwig, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna challenge your Donald.
Okay. Sounds good. So this
So that one is banished,
Donald.
and this one
Okay.
takes 2 damage. And he has to exert. I'm gonna just get on the board. That was a boring set, but at least I slowed you down with. I think.
Slowed me down a little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah.
slowed-
No, it's good strategy. All right.
Somewhat.
So.
Oh, and I'm gonna ink Daisy. Sorry, last bit.
Good. Okay. So now I have 6 inks. Okay. Great. So let me ready my cards. Okay. So I am going to. Okay. Let's see. I have 5 ink. I'm going to play another
Another
Alan.
Alan. Ouch.
And that is for 4. And I am going to just keep questing along. So that means that I'm going to quest all of these, which gives me
Extra
+5.
Ouch. Okay. So this is my last ditch effort. I have a lot of ink though. I can say that for myself. Okay. Let's give it a shot. See what I can do here. I have nothing that will help me this turn. So I'm just going to spend the 3 ink and put Anna down just for the optics, so it looks like I actually did something. I was trying. Put her on there. I am going to do something. Let's see what I can do here. See, that's where I shouldn't have given up that decanter. I could have taken this off, but in this case, let's just I guess we'll go for Alan again. I'll banish him, but Alan's banished.
All right. Bye,
Challenge
Alan.
him. There's 1 Alan down, and I just have to get a little bit more action going here. Let's use Simba to challenge Minnie,
Okay.
and I take 1 damage
Minnie, you're
for
banished.
that. All right, and then I just realized I did not put my other 3 points on my counter, but I'm gonna just get another 2. So that was the first 3, and these 2, and I'm gonna check my math. I think, yeah, 5.
All right.
I'm up to 5.
Math is a very
Thank you for not skunking me.
Math is a very
Taking it
important
easy.
element of the game,
Yes.
which is difficult, but I get better at it every time. So
Yeah, it's amazing to see these guys work these calculations
so
in their head, and
fast.
they're just going.
yes,
Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, I like those colors, and yeah, that's a sword.
3 plus 2 is yes. All right, so I'm gonna grab a new card. Ooh.
Yeah, every time I play with my son, he says the same. Dad, just go. Dad.
All right, so I have 5 ink here. I'll play Coda, and that's for 2. So he's on the board. It also says during opponent's turn, you can't lose lore.
Oh,
So just a little added bonus there. All right, so then I have
not that I have anything to take away more at this point.
I have all of my other glimmers on the table, and I'm going to quest them all for an additional 4 lore.
Yeah,
And that's the game.
nice. Okay, didn't take pity on me. Thank you.
Not at all.
Edgar, not even close, man. Nice job, Cheyenne. All right, well, hey, that's all we got for the Lorecast this time. We'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.